Okay, I think that did it. Yes. Okay, so we're going to record this for to post later. Um, as always, please start muted. If you have any questions, go ahead and put those in the chat. We will try to answer those as we move along. Um, when we get to the end, there will be time for question and answer where you can unmute and ask anything that comes to mind. Um, with that in mind, we will go ahead and get started. And we'll start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that Yuba College sits on the unceded land of the Nishnawbe people. We recognize their ongoing connection to this region and commit to amplifying their voice to pursue federal recognition. We offer our respect to their elders, to all Nishnawbe people of the past, present, and future. And now I will hand it to Dr. Dotson.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to just provide a few brief updates. First, we have been working hard on our budget development workflow. Many of you participated in program review and submitted some resource requests through that process. Those should have gone to your budget center managers who incorporated those into their requests that they submitted to their vice presidents. We've held a couple of meetings. We're still doing some work to try and get some details and better understand some of the things that were requested. We do expect that we will be submitting, at the very least, our one-time request list through governance for review, because it will likely need to be prioritized. Before we do that, we're trying to identify what items can be funded and purchased in this year so we can make some progress on that list before we send it to the district to see if we can get some additional funding to get the rest of the items funded. I also wanted to thank those of you who joined me for the sensing sessions where we talked about the Vice President of Student Services permanent recruitment and started to have discussions about the position profile. I appreciated everybody's willingness to share their thoughts and ideas, both about the qualities we're looking for in a candidate and about the process overall. I've had an opportunity to review the recordings and take notes, and we're hoping to post that position starting on or about the first of the year. Finally, I wanted to make sure that you are aware that Bravo Security Company is on site and has been overseeing security for both of our campuses in Marysville and Sutter. You have likely seen their vehicle driving around from time to time. They do include the lights that are flashing when they're driving around. An improvement that we've seen is that I do get, both myself and Lane Garbini get a daily update from them that outlines any issues or incidents that happen so that we can kind of look for trends. Right now, we're trying to put together some messaging to help employees to understand their responsibilities outside of normal business hours. So beyond the Monday to Friday, sort of 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. period, if you're coming in on weekends or evenings, it's helpful if you can identify yourself with Bravo Security so that they know you are an employee and are here on campus. From time to time, there are people who will come in and they just want to make sure the right people are on campus as they get to know us. Last update is that the Yuba County Sheriff's Office and the district are reviewing the final contract for us to have a school resources officer. That will be on the December YCCD Board of Trustees meeting for review. And then on the right now, the Yuba County board will look at it in January. So if all goes well, we're hoping to have that school resources officer on staff and on site on our Marysville campus as quickly as possible after the contract is approved by both boards. With that, I'll turn it back over to Jeremy.
Thank you. Just a few quick updates from instruction. The ICER has been officially approved, the Institutional Self-Evaluation Report for accreditation. At the November board meeting. We will be submitting that soon. All of the signatures on the certification page have been signed, including our ASYC president this morning. And so just kind of double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking the evidence links, and then we will submit those to ACCJC. We also were all colleges in the state through ACCJC, which isn't just state, it's actually across the country and in Guam, were notified that there is a new requirement to review whether we have 50% or more of our courses or our students online. And that's in one or more online course for students. And we looked at the data and saw that we do have 50% or more of our students in at least one online class. So we have to submit a simple substantive change document. That report has been created. A lot of it has come from our ICER because it's a lot of the same information. And so we're just wrapping that process up. Reminder that fall grades are due December 16th. And spring 2025 textbook and course material submissions have been due for a while. We're at roughly 75% adoption, but this is for classes that start in January. So we want to get to 100% adoption. We are getting updates from the bookstore and we'll be following up. So look for, try and get those in as quickly as possible. We will be following up, either myself or your dean or director will be following up. Summer, fall 2025 scheduling processes. The first meetings of the scheduling team have happened for every group, which means that feedback has been received and then it should be going back to faculty and scheduling administrators to have more conversations. And that will lead to kind of a final recommendation. Academic department program webpage. So this is the second phase of the project for websites related to academic pages is in progress. They are starting with nursing and rad tech. So I know that those two departments are deep in this project. And it's because those have the most information on their pages at the moment. So that work is going on. And then just a reminder that the instruction area reorganization is set for implementation in the spring. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to your scheduling administrator or me, your dean or director or me. And that's it for my updates. I am going to hand it off to Dr. Harlan.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to send out a few reminders. So we are doing the student success workshops in the spring. We do have availability to, implement those week 2 and week 3 in January. So not right at the first start of school, but give a little bit of time to settle into the classes, find their classes. These are workshops that are really helpful if you find in your class you're spending a lot of time teaching the students how to get into their Canvas, how to use Microsoft Word, what is included in a PowerPoint, how to email through the websites that we have or connect to other departments through our websites. So please encourage your students, whether they come through admissions or they're in your classroom, please encourage them to attend. We will be doing that week 2 and 3, and this flyer will be circulating. Next, please. Professional development is in the process of finalizing all the schedules, but we did want to give you a sneak peek of what we will be offering for the spring. We're really excited about some of these offerings. We have a full list, of course, on the YC Flex website. You can go to our website, push and flex, or put in flex, and you can see all the offerings are there. They are up to date. We will be sending a finalized flyer out next week with room dates, so you can actually just look at the flyer, carry it around, and show up to the correct room that you would want to attend that session. Two things that I do want to put on your radar that we're hoping everyone can really join in and do, it's on the next slide, would be our reveal project, which is January 9th. So a part-time faculty member, Professor Mehran, has been working diligently to complete this art project. It looks really good, and I'm excited about that. So if you could join us, classified, admin, faculty, please join us on January 9th at 8 a.m. We will have refreshments there, some coffee and pastries in the morning to show that to you. It is one of our first collaborative projects really at the college, where students have had a strong hand in finishing this. It has been in a classroom for a couple of months, and students take turns going up and finishing and kind of fine tuning the piece. The other thing is we have another opportunity to come together. That is the Yuba College tailgate party. So what we're doing is we're meeting in Flavors on the 10th, that's Friday. This is right before a game. So we're going to meet together. We're going to have the athletics director, Burns, come and talk to us about the importance really of our role as classified administrators and faculty that we play in athletics and all our athletes' lives, basically, and how important it is to really help them, recognize we're there, we're here to support them. So we're going to be doing some posters, kind of similar to what we did when we sent them off, the basketball team off, making posters, coming together, having some food, everyone say tacos. So we're going to have some tacos available for the first 100 that come. This is just a really come together time. We really want to support our athletics department. So I hope that you can make that. Please keep it on your radar. That's all I have. Thank you very much. I am sending it to Carissa.
Thank you, Dr. Harlan. Hi, everybody. So that's going to be, we're going to have a packed beginning of the semester for spring. I'm excited for all of the activities that are going to be available. We are ramping up for what we're calling Super Saturday, and it's going to be an opportunity for you to get involved and help our students register, help students get through the process wherever they are. I'm excited to really have an event around the beginning of the semester and helping students get into spring. So I will be sending out an email with ways that you can get involved if you want to be a part of this. I will tell you there's going to be some really great swag for any faculty, staff, or administrators who join us on Saturday for Super Saturday. We're talking like really cool fleeces, so it'll be great. So please join us to promote your program and or to serve our students in helping them get through the registration process. That's the whole point, is to really provide our students with access and get them really ready for spring. So I will be sending out an email. Look out for that, and a Google form or a Microsoft form for you to share how you want to be involved on that day. And so please look out for that, and please sign up. We would love to have your support. We have updates actually from a bunch of different areas in student services. There's been a lot going on. And so I'm actually going to turn it over now to our DSPS director, Marcy Lang.
Hi, everyone. It wouldn't feel like December if DSPS didn't show up here to remind our faculty to include a disability statement in your course syllabi for the spring semester. You know, it's important in so many ways. It informs new students that there's a program on campus specifically dedicated to serving them. It reminds existing DSPS students to contact us to get their accommodations set up for their new classes. It often reduces stress and breaks the ice. So many students are anxious about disclosing their need for accommodations. They sometimes are even afraid that they'll be treated differently once their instructor finds out that they have a disability. So the statement in your syllabus starts the conversation, kind of normalizing the accommodation process and letting your students know that you're approachable and you're ready to work with them. It's instrumental in creating a safe, inclusive, and welcoming environment for students with disabilities in your classes. And then, of course, it shows students who may not know where we are, how to find us. We know that you, unfortunately, will likely be working over the next month, holiday time, finalizing your courses for the spring. So we've included a link here with some suggestions just in case statement ideas are on your holiday wish lists. And then since we're talking about wish lists, please don't forget to take care of those who have See's candy on theirs. Our fundraiser closes on Friday, so you still have time. The link and the QR code on this slide will take you to the See's order page. Best wishes for a happy holiday season from our DSPS team. We look forward to working with you in the new year. And now I will turn this over to Joel in EOPS Care, CalWorks. Next up, I might have missed one.
All the programs, Marcy, all
All
the
the
programs. Thank you, Marcy. Happy Wednesday, happy December, happy holiday season for all of you out there. Good to be on here with you. I'm lucky enough to be the director of the EOPS Care Next Up and CalWorks programs. I've been doing it for a little over a year now. And in the last, since our last YuZoom, in the last month, we've had continued success. Three that I want to highlight for everyone on here with us was the success that we've had in priority registration. We took students to visit Sac State and the Sacramento Zoo, and then the continued work that we do with our single parents with our Care and CalWorks program. So starting with that priority registration, we had over 265 students participate in our priority registration workshop. That means that those are the students that were directly engaging with us, either to show us, hey, yep, I was able to successfully register, or that they were coming to us for registration help with our specialists, our counselors. This work does not happen, with me. I'm lucky to work with the best staff here. So they can help all of our students get registered. On that first day of priority registration, 198 students visited our office in some way, coming into our office, coming into our Zoom, being able to receive that important help to help get registered. Next, we had a great Sacramento trip that was on a very, very wet November 22nd. And the students, the 36 participants that we loaded up into a bus, were absolute troopers. They were able to learn a lot of valuable information about resources at Sac State, about the support programs that exist, the transfer requirements, get a campus tour. So yeah, we were thankful to be able to do that and have such great attitude from all our students at that Sac State trip. And then just about a week and a half ago, we held a ornament decorating. Those are some of the photos you see on screen right now of, just getting our, single parents together and giving them an opportunity to bring their kids, do some ornament decorating, and then also learn about some of the closing pieces to the semester. We always do business. We always do a little bit of fun with all of our students, all of our programs. So shout out to all of our staff who's doing such a great work in supporting all our students here in our programs. So thank you, everyone. I'll be handing off to hear about admissions and records next.
Carissa, I'm not sure. Am I the only one not hearing her?
No, that I'm also unable to hear.
Uh-oh. Let's see if we can move forward one and then see if Carissa can come back.
Okay, I will take the helm for the Academic Senate. I am filling in for Melissa this afternoon. Melissa and James attended the Academic Senate plenary in Visalia for 3 days last month. I want to thank them for the time they took out of their busy schedules to represent us. And they said it was really interesting. They gave a report at our last Academic Senate meeting, a lot of information about dual enrollment, about budgets, about the part-time hiring faculty, and AI. So really interesting stuff. If you want to get the PowerPoints that they saw, please contact Melissa or James for those. And then as far as resolutions, we focused on, the plenary focused on resolutions regarding OERs, AB 1705, and then the new placement and the calculus for STEM majors. And I think I have one more slide. Let's see, relevant minutes will be uploaded to the board agenda to show the YCAS approval for the 10+1 items. We approved AP 3710, securing of copyright material, and 3750, the use of copyrighted material. Both kind of go hand in hand, but we approved those at the last meeting. Discussions and presentations, the District Academic Senate. We're talking about maybe creating a District Academic Senate. Woodland College has an Academic Senate, and so does Yuba. So we're looking at other multi-district colleges to see if maybe there would be some benefit in creating a district-wide Academic Senate. We're also looking at guided pathways, navigators, and then our last meeting is tomorrow at 12 o'clock, 12 to 1 every Thursday during the semester. And I would encourage all of you actually to come and visit. It's in the President's Conference Room. A lot of really interesting, important information is discussed, and we always welcome visitors and just to get acquainted with faculty and staff, classified, and administrators. So the last thing I wanted to say was that there are 21 unfilled full-time faculty committee vacancies. And if anybody is interested in volunteering, please contact James. He is in charge of that. And that's all I have. I'll be passing it on to Director Burns.
Thank you. Before I jump in, did you want to check back to see if VP was able to communicate? Or
Yeah, if we don't mind going back to admissions and records, we can try Carissa one more time, but if not, I'm happy to jump in.
Is my computer working?
Hey, you're here.
Oh my goodness. So I was typing in chat, but I just wanted to let everyone know that we've been out in the community really promoting the great programs and work that you are all doing to support students and to get them through on their educational journey. So wanted to let you know, just give you some insight. We've been at over 10 different college and career days. We have had over 680 prospective students that we've been working with in the last semester. And we've had middle school students on campus letting them know that college is an option and that Yuba College is a place for them. So there's a lot going on. And I know a lot of you are out tabling at events and doing a lot to promote what we do and the programs we have. Thank you for that. And be on the lookout because we will be continuing to expand and grow our outreach program and help to ensure that we have more materials and more things so that we all are able to do even better tabling events out in the community. So be on the lookout for that. Excited for what we are doing and how we are serving our community. So big shout out to everyone who's been at these events and promoting. So thank you. Now back to someone.
me.
Go,
thank you. Thank you. Happy December, Team Yuba. My athletics update is going to start with updating you all on what's going on with football. At this time, we have decided to place our football program on hold while we assess our ability to meet the goals that we set, the goals and the mission that we set for all of our athletic programs. This decision was not made lightly, but it reflects or it's an important decision so that we can assess whether or not the program is being impactful and sustainable for the long term. This does effectively mean that we will not participate in a season next fall while we take our time to assess what we need to address within our football program. It's important that if you come across student athletes, football student athletes who are anxious and uncertain about their future, I would encourage you to refer them to me. I'm happy to answer all questions and help them understand eligibility, transferability, all these kinds of things. I think the most important thing during this time is tending to our student athletes and the anxiousness and the uncertainty that they may be experiencing while we address our football issues. Fall sports have concluded. I have opened up the women's soccer head coach position as well as the volleyball head coach position. This process will take us about a month or so to identify a new coach in these programs. The teams have been notified, and similarly to the football situation, any student athletes who are uncertain or anxious about what that means for them next, please refer them to me. I have met with them. I intend to communicate with them throughout this process. We are dedicated and committed to having both women's soccer and volleyball next season. And so identifying head coaches and putting them in place is a priority for me in the next month or so, next month or 2 months. And again, just student athletes, they've been told this, but you can also remind them that they are in an athletic canvas shell and that they can communicate with me directly through the Canvas platform. And then they know where my office is, and they're welcome to come in and talk and get some questions answered if necessary. Want to be as available as possible for the student athletes. Basketball, on to some good fun news. Basketballs, both teams are doing very well. They've started their seasons. We're only a few games in. Women's basketball has won 2 games so far this year, which is twice as many as last year. So they are very excited about the direction that they are headed and have a lot of energy, and is a very fun team to watch. High energy, fast paced team. Men's basketball started the season with 2 losses, but they were 3 points or less, both losses. One of the games was in overtime, and the 2 teams that we played are top state contenders. So our basketball team is looking as good as it's ever been. We have a basketball game next Friday versus a women's basketball game next Friday versus Mission at 7 p.m. That's on campus here next Friday, the 13th. And then we have a men's basketball game the next day, December 14th versus Shasta at 4 p.m. And then to close out the calendar year, we open Bay Valley Conference play, a men's and women's doubleheader night on the 17th of December. Men play at 5:30. The women will follow at 7:30. And those games will be against, I think, Solano for the last of our home events for this calendar year. And then we'll return to play in January on the 4th, which is a Saturday. Lastly, I would like to announce that I'm working with ASYC. We're working on a program that would make it much more affordable. Actually, I think we're going to go with students are free to come to games with their ID, their student ID. We're working on some concession discounts or whatever, but ASYC is going to help me promote the events on campus. And so they'll get some traffic for the services they provide, as well as we would get some more student interaction or participation at the athletic events with students on campus. That concludes my update, and I will kick it back to Dr. Brown.
Thank you, Eric. I don't believe I saw anyone from the district. I also don't believe I saw our bookstore partner. So that means it's time for Q&A. And anyone can feel free to ask any questions. Ahead of that, just to share, our next YuZoom is February 5th because the January one was canceled. If there are no questions, happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a good finals week and then a good break. And thanks for coming.